In India, whenever we think about chartered accountancy, we basically, in our minds, the word CA, the initial CA or the nomenclature CA comes to mind. But across the world, the technical term used is CPA. Now, whether you're talking about a chartered accountant in the US, in Canada, in Singapore, in Australia, at all these places, the term they use, the nomenclature that they use to describe a chartered accountant is not CA, but CPA, Certified Public Accountant. And today we are going to discuss in detail about the most popular, the most sought after CPA qualification, which is the US CPA. So guys, my name is Pratham. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Zell Education, wherein we train candidates in various courses in the field of finance and accounts. So like this video, we'll be making many videos about different courses, hoping to help you make a decision in your finance career. So please do subscribe and let's get started with this video. The most confusing part about this US CPA qualification has always been the eligibility. So we've done a lot of research here. I hope it helps you guys. So let me get into it. US CPA requires us to have 120 credits in the field of commerce. What does this mean? Now, each year in your undergrad, in your BCom, is counted as 30 credits. So if you've just done BCom, after 3 years, you will have 90 credits, and that makes you ineligible for CPA. Now, there is an exception to this rule. If you have achieved first division from a NAC A grade accredited college, right, then your 3 years of BCom are equivalent to 120 credits. Then you become eligible for CPA. But let's assume whether it's first division or whether it's a NAC A grade college, you're not part of that. Then what to do? You've done BCom with 90 credits. You'll have to do 1 year of either MCom or MBA, any masters essentially, for 1 year minimum to gain that additional 30 credits. So then BCom plus MCom 1 year, for example, gives you 120 credits. And if not this, then the most basic criteria, if you've completed if you're pursuing CA, is that you need to be a CA inter, and that also gives you 120 credits. So whether it is BCom from one of these accredited colleges, or it's BCom plus 1 year of masters, or it is CA inter, that makes you eligible for CPA. Now, in the unlikely event that you are for some reason not eligible for CPA, but you still want to pursue something in the field of chartered accountancy, there are other options which don't have such rigorous eligibility criteria, such as ACCA and CFA. And for this, we've made another video where we compare CPA to ACCA and CFA. Please do check it out. Might be a huge help to you. So now coming back to CPA, right? Now we've had a lot of students who've asked us that we've heard if you want to appear for CPA, you need to pre-decide which state, which jurisdiction you want the license from. However, if you are an international student, do not worry about that right now. You appear for this uniform variant of the CPA exam called Uniform CPA. Clear that, and that's it. If you're an international student, this is all you require. If you decide to go to the States after this, it still doesn't matter. Whichever state you go to, it's very simple to just convert that license, whatever license you have, to the state in which you are residing now, the state which you're practicing now. So please remove this confusion from your head. The exam structure. The exam structure of CPA is one of the best ones I've seen from all these courses. It's so simple. CPA, you have to only clear 4 exams. And as you can see on the screen, the 4 exams that you will be covering are of accounting, second is of auditing, third is tax and law, and the fourth one is one in business and finance. The exam pattern is 50% MCQs and 50% subjective. Now, with respect to how do I gain my license after clearing the exams, all other qualifications require you to have some form of experience. Similarly, with CPA, you need 1 year of experience and you have to clear an on-demand ethics module in a similar fashion as you must have heard me talk about in other videos such as ACCA. Coming to the passing rate, the global passing rate for CPA is 50%, which means 1 out of every 2 students that appear for this exam clear it. And lastly comes the duration. Now, Ideally, after if you appear for the first exam and you clear it, you will have 18 months, 1.5 years post the first exam to clear the other 3. Usually, we've seen that people finish it in either just 1 or 2 sittings in less than a year. So, now comes the scope for CPA in India. So CPAs, see, US being US, their requirements are across the world. So when I look at India, the big companies, right, the big four, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, EY, these kind of companies have huge US clients which have to follow the US accounting, which is called US GAAP. So it's not only these companies, whether you want to work in any US based company, right, Apple, Amazon, Capgemini, Cognizant, etc., all of these kind of companies require you to have CPAs for their finance and accounting. So the scope in India has been growing and it's just going to continue to grow. That being said, Indian companies such as Reliance, Wipro, Infosys, the ones who have US subsidiaries, they too need CPAs to comply with the US GAAP, with the US accounting systems. And finally, let's assume that after completing US CPA, you'd like to, instead of states, you'd like to go to Canada or Australia. Those countries also have CPAs as their primary CAs. You just go with your CPA license over there and you just need to switch it from US CPA to Canadian CPA or to Australia CPA. And now the final part, the investment besides your time and effort, the monetary investment for CPA. So CPA, let me start with this. The total CPA investment for you will come to approximately 4 lakhs. This 4 lakhs includes it all, includes your registration, the exam fees, there is some eligibility fees, there is study material, there is training. I'll include everything and that would come to 4 lakhs. Now with this in mind, let me break it down a little further. Before the pandemic, if you wanted to appear for the CPA exam, you had to go to either the States or closest to us would be Dubai. That included flight and accommodation costs, which still would comprise within this 4 lakhs figure. So even if you decided to go to the States, your outflow would be 4 lakhs. Now in the pandemic, the CPA body, the AICPA, they have started 8 centers in India for all their Indian candidates. They have as of now confirmed that till December 21, they are going to let students give the exams in India and then take a call on whether they would like to continue having exam centers here, which we believe mostly will happen. The advantage for you is that means if you start CPA now, by December 21, even before they tell us whether they're continuing or not, you can actually complete your entire CPA here in India. Now, when it comes to the fee structure, by default, we would think that if we don't have to go to the States or Dubai, we would save on the flight and accommodation at least 1 lakh. So your 4 lakh should become 3. Unfortunately, you would still shell out 4 because the exam fees in the Indian centers are higher than Dubai or US. So overall, the fees for CPA, whether you give it in India, US or Dubai, you hold approximately 4 as your budget. One important point of differentiation, guys, when you hold 4 lakhs, the outflow of this is going to happen within 1 to 1.5 years compared to other courses where a similar amount is spread over a longer period of time. So that is an important point for anybody considering CPA. So guys, I hope that the understanding with respect to eligibility and the curriculum and the fees has been made clear to you. If we've left anything, please put in the comments. We'll ensure that we get back to you. Thank you. So guys, wait. Before you leave, I'm going to leave you all with the same old. Do you know what the difference between you and a successful version of you is? The successful version of you would not miss out on subscribing to this channel today.